Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Thank You for Your Service, starring Miles Teller, and it's basically the true story of these this group of three soldiers, and they're suffering with PTSD, and that's about all I'm going to say about the plot because it's based off a true story, for one, and two, I think it's easy to just accept like a very short summary because it's based off of a true story, and you probably know what it is, and if you don't, it's probably better if you don't know. And last but not least, I don't really have a lot to say. We'll start off with the performances as always, and the performances in here are very strong. And Miles Teller, I really liked him in this movie. I'm not sure which performance he was better in, this one or Only the Brave. And it's kind of funny, this movie comes out a week after Only the Brave, that also stars Miles Teller. And Miles Teller is doing really good, I gotta say. And ever since Whiplash, I thought he was fantastic in Whiplash. And here it's either number two or three favorite performance that he's given, for me at least. The cinematography in this movie is very nice, and the music, it's very much uh, compared to Only the Brave, but also tonally wise, it's very somber, depressing, and uh, if you want somewhat that's kind of depressing but more lighthearted overall, I would say Only the Brave is stronger in that regard. But in comparison to Only the Brave, this is much more depressing than that movie. So if you don't like depressing films, then I don't recommend this movie. But for myself, I'm fine with that. I was fine with Wind River, which I thought was incredible. I'll just get my flaws out of the way really quickly. And my first issue with this movie is basically the first act. It's kind of weak, and there's a narration that I thought was unnecessary. There were some, in the first like 3 minutes of the movie, some editing choices that I thought could have been improved upon. And my third problem with this first act is I didn't really care what happened. But as the movie went along, it got better. Even if that first act was weak, the two acts preceding it made up for it. And that brings me into my next point. The pacing in this movie is slow, but it doesn't bother me. A lot of people, it's gonna be a problem for, but it's very much like the same. How do I say this? We'll just say situation, just because it makes sense in my mind. It's the first thing that came to mind. And as for Blade Runner 2049, I get that people say it's boring, it's slow. Uh, while some people might see a slow film, I see a movie that's taking its time developing its world. And you get to see how characters interact, and it's very well done. Especially in this movie, there's a plot point somewhere in like the third act that I felt was unnecessary, involving Miles Teller's friend, and that also was who's also suffering from PTSD, and I thought that little subplot could have been taken out, and you weren't really lose a lot. But I get why it was in the movie, but it was a little confusing for me. I didn't really understand what was happening, and this might be my fault because I don't really understand like the outside world very well. And by that I mean I don't have a lot of experience out there, but I do the best I can. But someone else might understand it. I just don't personally. So there's that. In the end, I think Thank You for Your Service was very well told, and I think it was very interesting to watch as soon as we got past the first act or 30 minutes, whenever that was. Whenever it got better, it really got better. And I'm going to give Thank you for your service, a B+. I think Only the Brave is better, but I still think you should definitely see this movie if you have the chance. Thank you as always for watching my videos. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Only the Brave down below. And my Twitter will be in the description box below. Follow me there and subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And I'll see you when I get my next review up. Which at some point it's going to be Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. I'll get to that soon. But in the meantime, thank you for watching and have a great day.